Newton News is brought to you in part by the Village Bank. Your village, your bank.
This week on Newton News. Newton kicks off the 40th anniversary of its farmers market. Newton Highlands held its annual Village Day. And this weekend there's plenty of activities happening. Welcome to Newton News for Wednesday, June 12, 2019. I'm Gina Levine. Celebrating 40 years of Newton's Farmers Market, dozens of local farmers, restaurants, and others gathered at Newton City Hall to kick off the season and let folks know what's coming at the end of the month. Jason Siegel gives us a glimpse of what's to come for the regular season.
To celebrate the 40th year of farmers markets in Newton, residents and local business owners headed to Newton City Hall on Sunday for the Food, Fun, and Farmers event. Residents had the chance to try a variety of products, ranging from ice cream and bagels to international cuisine made locally. Newton Mayor Ruth Ann Fuller says the event is a testament to the manager of Newton's two farmers markets, Judy Dorr.
40 years tells you that Judy Dorr, who really has been the heart and soul of the farmers markets here in Newton, have done a fabulous job, and people in Newton love to buy local and shop local.
Dorr says even though the event is celebrating the history of Newton's farmers markets, the event was targeted towards newcomers.
We have 30 new vendors this year, so we wanted to introduce the public to our new vendors that will be coming on Tuesdays and Saturdays, give them an idea, to showcase them off is what we wanted to do.
Vendor Blonde Beauchamp, who sold Haitian food, says the event is a great way to connect with customers and other small business owners.
I think being a part of this farmers market is just a nice way to meet more people and get the word out there, and also meet the other local vendors, because there's a lot of really great businesses around Boston, and I love meeting other entrepreneurs, so it's a nice way to stay connected.
Stephanie Laziska of Wally's Vegetables, who has been coming to the Newton Farmers Market since it opened 40 years ago, says Newton's Farmers Market has always been ahead of the curve.
Newton is great at always trying to reinvent things, so that's why they're doing this little thing today.
Kelly Wanye of Little Pickens says the farmers market is helpful for businesses looking to stay local.
We want to be a grassroots company that grows from the ground up, and we really want to be regionally based, and so we're excited to get to know folks in the Newton community and get to share our product with them.
Beauchamp says she is impressed with the Newton community.
I'm getting to learn a lot about the Newton customer base, and so far it seems like everyone's very open to trying new things, so I'm excited about that.
Jason Siegel, Newton News, Newton Center.
It was a great day for Newton Highlands Village Day. Residents from the village and surrounding areas stopped in to enjoy the festivities. This past Sunday, Newton Highlands hosted its 45th annual Village Day. They held a 5K race, music festival, bouncy house, face painting, and many booths with different vendors. Many children from different parts of Newton came to enjoy the day, as well as running the 5K with friends and family.
I'm Jack. I'm in 4th grade, and I go to Mason Rice. This is my second year here, and my second year running. Hello, my name is Henry. I am in 4th grade, and this is my second year running. It took me 37 minutes.
The Village Day has been a staple of Newton Highlands for many years, including many musicians from the city.
This festival itself has been running for 45 years. I believe it's the longest running festival in all of New England, if I'm not mistaken. But I love this Village Day. I love all Village Days, but this Village Day is really special. It has two stages. There's a jazz stage way up there, and there's a main stage here, which David Polanski's getting ready to go on, and he'll be followed by Tema Siegel, who's a wonderful talent.
The event has many vendors with things such as food, clothes, and toys. These vendors not only come from the town of Newton, but many travel from different states in order to be at this Village Day.
Right now we're making our scarf wraps. They tie in the back, they're on elastic. I make all my scarves, but I use a lot of vintage pins, new pins, all kinds of names, and it's CIN scarves.
The day was an overall success and fun for all who attended. Gina Levine, Newton News, Newton Highlands. Every Friday and Saturday from now through October, the Newton Resource Recovery Center on Rumford Ave is hosting the Recycling Depot Swap Shop. Clear out your clutter and drop off some clean, unused items or take something you can use yourself at no cost. For a complete list of what is accepted, check out the newtonma.gov/reuse. Here's more from Jason Siegel.
If you are doing some cleaning and are looking to get rid of things you no longer use, or are looking for something new and don't want to break the bank, look no further than the Rumford Avenue Recycling Depot and the Newton Recycling Committee's Swap Shop.
The reason we do it is to minimize the amount of trash and recycling that Newton people throw out. A lot of the stuff that we get rid of is valuable, has great value to somebody, and if we have a system for putting it back into somebody else's hands that can use it.
Recycling Committee Chairman Miles Smith says similar programs and events have been going on in Newton for over a decade. He adds that the swap shop is a win for both city residents and the city government.
The Newton city government realized that we were doing something of great value to the city, both to the residents in terms of getting rid of and getting stuff, and to the budget in terms of reducing the amount of waste that we have to pay to dispose of, or recycling, because the recycling costs as well.
Recycling Committee member and swap shop volunteer Susan Leger says the majority of items brought in are claimed quickly.
We estimate that within one day, we see about 3/4 of what come in go happily off to people who want it.
Leger says last year's swap shop was also a sweeping success.
By the end of last season, we got rid of everything. I think there was like 2 things that we couldn't find.
Smith says he hopes the swap shop can be open even more frequently.
We would love to have this event open 6 days a week, every day that the recycling depot is open, but we just need more volunteers. People who come tend to love it. They have a great time, they get first dibs at good stuff, and they really seem to enjoy the opportunity to help people look through cool stuff.
Leger and Smith say they have enjoyed volunteering from the minute they got involved.
I discovered it by accident. I think I was bringing stuff to the recycling depot the end of last summer, and I immediately wanted to get involved. I just think it's the coolest thing ever.
Almost no one walks away empty-handed, even when you try, and so it's a lot of fun.
Jason Siegel, Newton News, Auburndale.
The first year at the Newton Fix-It Clinic at Newton Free Library was a success. Residents were able to fix their items on their own with the help of the Fix-It coaches. Jason Siegel has the details.
Newton's Recycling Committee held a Fix-It clinic at the Newton Free Library on Saturday to help residents fix broken items, including jewelry and common household appliances. Volunteers came to help other community members fix their broken belongings. Recycling Committee member Susan Leger says it wasn't hard to find volunteers.
We just networked amongst ourselves. I happened to meet our jewelry coach in a professional environment. She's somebody who, for fun, makes jewelry out of recycled materials.
People of all ages stepped up to help. 14-year-old Johnny Litzo says he volunteered because fixing things is his passion.
I just am mechanically minded, so it helps me because I just learn by doing basically. I've taken apart all my mom's old routers, printers.
Newton resident David Bono came to the event with a broken scale and said he felt welcomed right away.
I came in and said, I need some help with my electronic scale. And they said, oh, the electronic scale, because I'd signed up in advance and they seemed to be ready for me.
Bono was grateful for the help and says he's glad the scale won't go to waste.
And I'm glad I'm not throwing something away that shouldn't be thrown away. I shouldn't have the expense of buying another one when it's a perfectly fine product that should last for years.
Litzo says he enjoyed the day as well.
It's my hobby. I just like to fix stuff, and I thought it would be fun. I'm loving this.
Jason Siegel, Newton News, Newton Center.
The N-Squared Innovation District, in partnership with Studios Without Walls, will launch its 2019 sculpture exhibit with a neighborhood celebration filled with art, food, fun, music, and activities on the Upper Falls Greenway, which can be accessed on the corner of Oak Street and Chestnut Street or through the Newton Nexus Shopping Center on Needham Street. The launch event will feature a welcome from Newton Mayor Ruth Ann Fuller, and ice cream from J.P. Licks, sweets from Farm Grove Rotisserie, beverages from Central Cafe and Depot, and music from the Conservatory at Highlands. There will also be creative activities, face painting, and a discussion with the artists themselves. The exhibit will be available for viewing through September 3rd. Every Friday from now through September 7th, head over to the Hyde Center in Newton Highlands with your blankets and lawn chairs to enjoy a concert and a movie. Each week is different. In the case of a rain, activities will be moved inside the Hyde Center. More information is available at hydecenter.org. The Newton Police Department is holding a gun buyback day on Saturday, June 15th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Second Church on Chestnut Street. Residents may dispose of their unwanted guns and receive a gift card for each one. This is part of the Middlesex Sheriff Office Safer Homes, Safer Communities project since 2013, where 11 municipal departments with 20 total buybacks resulted in nearly 1,000 unwanted weapons turned in. If you cannot make the Newton location, you may drop off your unwanted guns in Watertown on June 22nd and Arlington on June 29th. On Saturday, June 15th, from 11 a.m. to noon, dancers and the musicians will perform on 3 public parks surrounding Crystal Lake as everyone will face towards Crystal Lake. Horn players and a drummer will call and respond to each other from across the lake, accompanied by a movement score by the dancers and community members. The performance will include a song about how we are one lake, one community, and how our differences disappear into the lake. Everyone will be invited to gather for snacks on a picnic table near the bathhouse after the event. The Crystal Lake Community Dance Project is a production of Newton Choreographers Collective as part of the Newton Festival of the Arts.
The first ever Newton Inaugural Awards Ceremony honor those with lifetime excellence in their respective fields through the Newton Universal Legendary Awards and the Newton Entertainment Awards. Come witness some of Newton's best talent while honoring those who are here in Newton and from around the world. The event is happening on Saturday, June 15th from 4 until 7:30 p.m. at Brown Middle School. For more information, visit the address on the screen.
Many booths with different vendors. Many children from different parts of Newton came to enjoy the day as well as run in the 5K with friends and family.
I'm Jack. I'm in 4th grade and I go to Mason Rice. This is my second year here and
to celebrate at 11 a.m. In addition, there will be a petite tour and a contra tour leaving from City Hall. All routes will begin at 9 a.m. and travel to several other villages, experience fun surprises, see hidden Newton treasures, and then lead to an 11 a.m. rally at Newton City Hall with all the riders. Return with your ride leader to your start location to finish by 12:30 p.m. There is also a 3-mile ride that begins from City Hall for younger riders not ready for the full 10-mile ride. Kids 10 and under can join the Bike Happy Kids Bike Rodeo at Newton City Hall from 9 a.m. to 12. Bike Happy Kids is for bicycle skills and street smarts, building confidence and having fun on bounce bikes, adaptive bikes, and all kinds of bicycles. To register, visit the address on the screen. The Crystal Lake Conservancy and the Newton Parks and Recreation Department will host paddles and picnics again on Sunday, June 16th, or its rain date of June 23rd. Boats and paddleboard rentals will be available from 1 to 5 p.m. Contact Crystal Lake Conservancy at gmail.com for more information.
Massachusetts Breast Cancer Coalition is dedicated to preventing environmental causes of breast cancer. Please join us for our 2019 annual Against the Tide events at DCR's Hopkinton State Park on Saturday, June 15th, and at DCR's Nickerson State Park in Brewster on Saturday, August 17th. Participants can choose to take part in one or more of the following. Competitive choices include a 1-mile swim, USA Track and Field certified 5K or 10K runs, or 5K or 10K aquathons. Recreational choices include 1 or half-mile competitive swims, 3-mile fitness walk, 2-mile kayak, or half-mile paddleboard. All swim and run components are chip timed. Please support NBCC's goals to prevent breast cancer by registering or making a pledge today at nbcc.org/swim.
We come from different villages, from different backgrounds, from different faith traditions, and yes, here in Newton, with different opinions on just about everything. And yet, with all that pulls us apart, here we are together, you and me and all of us whose paths have been so varied. We break bread together, sharing a passion to ensure our community truly embraces our core values of respect, diversity, and acceptance. And importantly, breaking bread together, we come to know each other a little bit better and strengthen our ability to listen respectfully to our neighbor and to respond with empathy even when we hold different opinions. For we are neighbors. We live together. We work together. We worship together. We need each other, especially in times of stress and periods of change and in times of mourning. We have had many occasions to mourn together. Since we last broke bread, we have suffered losses as a community. We miss Tony Bibbo and Joan Kunitz, who worked so long and so hard to make the Harmony Foundation and this breakfast a community celebration of all that is good in Newton. We miss Reverend Howard Haywood, who pushed against closed doors and opened so many. We miss Linda Plout, who fostered Newton's pride and through arts and culture gave so many of us so much joy. We miss Marshall Sloan, who lived in Newton, loved Newton, and served Newton and beyond with acts of charity and goodness. A few weeks ago, I went to a joyous birthday celebration for Izzy Arbetter, who turned 94. Izzy lives in Auburndale with his wife of 73 years, Anna, and ran for decades a successful dry cleaning business in the village. Izzy, you should know, was born in Plock, Poland. He was 14 when Germany invaded in 1939. As he was Jewish, he spent his teenage years in ghettos and then concentration camps, including Auschwitz. And yet, Izzy's life here in Newton has been defined by optimism. How can Izzy be optimistic after all he experienced? Because of young people he believes in, young people who are willing to learn the harsh lessons of the past, young people who are leaning in to change the future for the better.
My name is Julia Geller, and I moved to Newton when I was in 5th grade.
My name is Nathan Presepioli, and I have lived in Newton here my entire life.
I think pineapple and pizza were made for each other.
And I've never tried it.
I was raised Jewish.
And I am a Christian.
We both love theater.
We're both Newton Youth Commissioners.
And we care about our
community.
We want to tell you about our individual values.
Our experiences with diversity and inclusion as Newton students.
And our vision for Newton's future. When I was asked to think about my values, I realized that I'm guided by compassion. I like to connect to people, show empathy, and try my best to have an open mind to understand how different people see the world. The 2016 presidential election was historic. As NBC reported, it exposed an America of deep divides. As a response, the Newton Youth Commission organized the Listen event, which brought lots of students together. There were kids from both the Newton high schools, all types of groups, opposing political views, and loads of pizza. Seriously, we ordered 50 large pizzas. That's 2 pizzas for each attendee. We ate, got to know each other, and recounted how our life experiences and backgrounds influenced our opinions. Through our discussion, we came to understand each other and left with friends from all ends of the political spectrum. While the event was a total hit, only about 25 people felt its benefits. However, for those who did attend, the Listen event showed us that engaging with others that hold different perspectives enables us to become more accepting and compassionate, and is one way to unite our community.
The Rotary Club of Newton is proud to sponsor these 3 annual scholarships to graduating seniors, one each from Newton North High School, Newton South High School, and the METCO program. These scholarship recipients have achieved academic excellence, but more importantly, they have demonstrated commitment to their community through a leadership role within either student government, social justice, the arts, athleticism, and volunteerism.
Careers. Our first recipient is Ubel Johannes. He is our Medco recipient. Come on up, Ubel. He's a member of Newton North Medco program. He's mastered navigating the different worlds of Boston and Newton, effectively dealing with peers, adults, cultures, and lifestyles. Through this, he has managed to bridge his two communities with pride, respect, and academic and social success. Ubel is proud of his nomination by his teachers who take the school's Leadership in a Diverse Society course, which you already heard about, which recognizes leadership in upperclassmen and discusses tolerance and diversity. He has been involved in the Black Leadership Advisory Council, Dover Legacy Scholars, and Future Business Leaders of America. Through Ubel's leadership in the latter, he is qualified to be part of that organization's National Leadership Conference. Ubel is also involved in organizing Black Culture Day, a full day of presentations and activities for the entire school community. Outside of the classroom, Ubel's resume spans the athletic field, playing football as well as track and field. Within Ubel's Boston community, he is an active member of Save the Harbor, a nonprofit organization whose mission is to restore and protect Boston Harbor. He will be attending Boston College in the fall. Aaron Ju is our Newton North High School recipient. Aaron is described by his guidance counselor as polite, thoughtful, and contemplative. As his impressive transcript will attest, he is an intelligent and conscientious student. Aaron spends much of his time out of the classroom volunteering in the local Chinese community. He's been a long-standing active volunteer at 2 local Chinese language schools and has received multiple awards for his service to the local Chinese community. Aaron is motivated by his desire to give back to the community, which nurtured him as he grew, and he strives to be a role model for the next generation. In addition, Aaron performs with the Greater Boston Chinese Cultural Association's Chinese Music Ensemble. With that group, he has performed in such venues as Jordan Hall and the TD Bank Garden, and has volunteered at events throughout the Greater Boston area, such as the annual Dragon Boat Festival. Aaron will be attending UMass Amherst in the fall. Congratulations, Aaron. And our Newton South recipient is Alex Yude, who is on his way up. And Alex is described as an intelligent young man who has excelled at Newton South. His determination and motivation to challenge himself and to succeed is unmatched. Alex, who has cerebral palsy, has been able to successfully navigate this enormous and challenging school, both physically and academically. Alex is passionate about football and sports. Although his physical disability limits him from playing football, he has been extremely active with the team. He loves to strategize, analyze statistics, and develop plays with the coaches, and is considered an integral part of the Newton South football team. And describing him, he sounds like a future Patriots coach, doesn't he? Alex is a champion for students with disabilities and leads the school's chapter of Best Buddies. He is the manager of the school's unified track team and works tirelessly to advocate for others with disabilities through mentorship, fundraising, and activism. Alex has been a vital member of the Newton South mock trial team, of which he is co-captain. This past year, the team went to the state finals, where Alex was given the essential task of presenting the opening arguments, and they are a successful team, like the Patriots. A kind and empathic young man, Alex is always willing to help and advocate for others and is known for creating opportunities which foster inclusion and acceptance of differences. He is truly one of a kind and an inspiration to others. He will be attending a football powerhouse in the fall, the University of Michigan.
We're picking only 2 people each year to say thank you to. But the 2 people with me up here are just exceptional people and really exemplify community service. Mention Sally Brickell's name in Newton and the superlatives start to flow. A fixture in the Newton Public Schools as a PTO president at Cabot, an active parent at Bigelow, and as PTO co-president at Newton South for the last 9 years. Did you hear that? 9 years. Sally graduates her last MPS senior this year. She is a fireball of energy and wholly committed to the mission of the Newton Public Schools. She is the role model of a thoughtful, positive servant leader and community builder who collaborates with staff, administrators, and families. Always in motion, Sally makes good things happen through her keen understanding of the social emotional nature of schools. Sally is reflective, inclusive, and excels at navigating the ebbs and flows inherent in her role. As the founder of the Just Think Expo, now in its 9th year, Sally has created a lasting legacy, connecting families and community resources to help students navigate the challenges of academic stress, peer pressure, and societal expectations in order to stay healthy. For her tireless dedication serving this city and to the ideals of inclusion and community engagement that today's breakfast holds dear, I, Ruth Ann Fuller, on behalf of the residents of Newton, honor Sally Brickell with the 2019 Honorable Theodore D. Mann Community Service Award. And Brian Albano. Brian Albano's bravery, compassion, warm heart, and deeds have had a profound impact on the lives of people across Newton during his 15 years of service in the Newton Fire Department. Assigned as a firefighter at Station 4 in 2004, where he is affectionately known as Bubba, Brian responds with his fellow firefighters with dedication, professionalism, and care to each and every emergency in our city. In 2005, following the death of a firefighter, and just 1 year into his service, Brian founded the Firefighters Children Fund. This fund supports the children of active duty firefighters who have passed away from illness or in the line of duty. As chief fundraiser, Brian has raised over $500,000 to help. And that $500,000 helps children of fallen fighters all across Massachusetts. Brian's fundraising efforts range from fashion shows at Mr. Sid's, and by the way, you've got to go to this. When you hear about it, it's in June. What's the date? 13. June 13. Show up at Mr. Sid's in the evening. It's a blast. To managing 10 runners who receive Boston Marathon bibs annually through the City of Newton's partnership with the Boston Athletic Association. Most recently, Brian spearheaded the effort to raise funds for a water fountain for families and dogs along the marathon route on Com Ave adjacent to City Hall. Brian's unassuming manner conceals his can-do attitude and acts that quietly and meaningfully benefit so many. For his tireless dedication to serving the city and to the ideals of inclusion, compassion, and commitment that today's breakfast holds dear, I, Ruth Ann Fuller, on behalf of the residents of Newton, honor Brian Bubba Albano with the 2019 Teddy Mann Community Service Award. Congrats.
I don't have time for this clean energy stuff. This one says it saves money. This one says it's good for the environment. I have no idea what to do.
Oh no, Dana.
Mayor Fuller, where did you come from?
I'm your Newton Power Choice person, because in Newton it's not confusing. Just go to newtonpowerchoice.com, city vetted program, and you can opt up to 100% green. Easy for you.
Good for the planet.
That's it for this week's Newton News. I'm Gina Levine. If you missed any of this week's newscast, you can watch it online at newtv.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Newton News was brought to you in part by the Village Bank. Your village, your bank.